Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's time for keto. And for those of you who are just tuning in for the first time, my name is Donna Levy. I've been a registered nurse for 38 years and I've helped over 30,000 clients, patients take care of their brain, take care of their body, and just to have the best longevity that they can possibly have. And today I want to talk about the one thing that may be holding you back from your keto success. We don't really talk about this too much, but it is so important that you start thinking in this way. I used to look at diets as being from the point that I started to the point I lost weight, and then what? Then I always gained my weight back, right? So, I had to start looking at why that happened. Well, that brought me back to taking a food inventory and to see how I felt about certain foods and how they made you feel. Now, we celebrate all kinds of festive occasions with sugar, cakes, candy, all kinds of, holidays. We have specific foods that we like to have that is kind of like our comfort thing going on. And, when we were sick, when we were children, or we did really great in school, your parents would take you out for an ice cream or a meal or something to celebrate. And it's always been like kind of around food and sugar. And why sugar? Because sugar makes us feel good because it goes right to our brain and connects to our feel-good center, our dopamine response, and actually that's our addiction center too. So then we become addicted to it. But what I'm here to talk about really is the foods. And one of my friends, I was so happy that she was able to do this connection, is that she said she's been eating a lot of bread and butter and she wants to get off of the bread and butter and wants to start keto. And I was like, okay. She goes, I know why I've been eating the bread and butter, because I've been under a lot of stress at work. And when I ate the bread and butter, it reminded me of when I was a child, and my parents and grandmother used to give me bread and butter when I was sick, when I was sad about something, and that made me feel good inside. It made me feel nurtured. So we have these emotional connections to certain foods in our lifetime. So what we have to work on when we're doing a new lifestyle, whether it's keto or not keto, we have to recreate happy connections with other feel-good foods. Like instead of bread now, because I make the keto bread, it's got one carb. So this is her first week. So guess what? She's been eating the keto rolls, one a day. It still made her feel good inside. It still made her feel like she is being cared for and taken care of. And I want to tell you that it's okay. We can make any keto food, any food that you have associated with a great feeling in your life, we can make it keto style. So you don't have to give that up. We just have to be aware of our triggers. Okay. So this is my own story, and I couldn't even believe I did this. I had bought a bunch of apples before I was doing keto. This is about 2 years ago. I bought apples because I said at night I like a snack. My father always had a snack. We always had a snack at night. So I like a snack. And so I bought apples instead of going for the crackers or the cookies or whatever's in the cabinet. And I was watching TV. I got up. I went for crackers. I came back down. After I ate them, I was like, oh, I bought apples specifically for this. But my subconscious mind that is so in charge of our choices, 95% of our choices on a daily basis are from your subconscious mind. And that was inbred in us, those neural pathways, from the time we're 0 to the time we're about 8. And then other things happen in between that also trigger emotional responses. But it's always that we connect an event or a food in this situation with an emotion, and it embeds in our brain. So if somebody got sick on a certain food or a certain alcohol, when you see that alcohol, you're going to have an aversion to it. And that's because it created an emotional connection with that. So I'm doing this video because to bring it to light, to bring it to forefront, and that while you're making your food choices, that's why I say do your carb manager first. Plan out what you want to eat and put it in the carb manager. Then you have a little bit of time to decide, do I want to use my carbs on that food? Do I want to use my protein on that food? Does that food have an additive that is not good for my body and not good for my weight loss? It gives us a little mindfulness practice. And of course, when you start losing weight and feeling great and people say you look fabulous, that's going to cause an emotional response in our mind. And we're going to remember that too. So being on a journey, being on a lifestyle change journey has a lot to do with where we are in our thought process, in our mind, and in our emotional connections. So that is something that we work on too. You might want to keep like a food journal even and figure that out. Sit down and say, what are the foods that, we've always had as children or whenever we were sick or anything, and figure it out. Are we emotional food eaters? Are you an emotional food eater? And that's what it is. When I'm stressed out, well, I go for potato chips. Oh, I want something crunchy. But let me tell you, I made these turkey pepperoni, Applegate turkey pepperoni sausage slices, put them in the air fryer, fried them up like potato chips. 0 carbs, you have protein, and there's a little bit of fat in there. And that would be on your keto diet. So you can absolutely stay on this diet. It's the mind that is working. Even, when we're intermittent fasting, people are like, I'm starving. You're not, your body's not starving. Your body's eating its fat, and that's a good thing. And that's what we want to happen. But where our mind, that subconscious mind is like, oh my God, she's starving me, feed me. And, if you just wait a half an hour, go do something on the computer, watch some videos. That's what I used to do, watching the videos, especially Dr. Fung's fasting videos. Have a cup of coffee, have a cup of tea, have a water, a big thing of water, go out for a little walk, because ghrelin is that hormone that says we're hungry, even though our body isn't hungry, but our mind wants to eat, is afraid that the fasting is too much and that you're not going to get, you're not going to be able to eat again. And we know our cupboards are full with food. We're going to eat. So that ghrelin, after 1/2 an hour, after 30 minutes, will decrease and you're not going to be hungry. I am sure that everyone has been at work or doing something where you can't get to eat, you went past, as a nurse, we would go past our meal times all the time, something would happen, a patient would crash, you'd be in x-ray with somebody, and you couldn't eat. So, and then when time came when you could eat, you weren't even hungry because the ghrelin went away. So that's what's going on with our bodies. So, when you're hungry, just know it's ghrelin. It's going to go away in a half an hour. And just start thinking of your food as associated with an emotion. And so you have to replace food, the keto food, with that emotion or with that event. I just had a birthday and I had a keto peanut butter pie. And I made it, and all week long I was thinking about it, and it was a cheesecake pie, and I couldn't wait to have it. And so then I had it, and half of it's in the freezer now for another time. So we can absolutely change our life, change our health, change our longevity. It's just a little bit of work, and you cannot cut out your mind and those automatic negative thoughts, which we call ants, that go, there's a cheesecake, just a little bite won't hurt. Just a little taste won't hurt. Yes, it will, because we have chemistry going on here. You don't want to kick yourself out of ketosis, especially early on. Don't do it. Go say, okay, I'm going to go look up a keto cheesecake. There's no bake keto cheesecakes, and they take like 20 minutes to make. Anything you want, you could do keto. You just have to be mindful of it all the time, especially at the beginning, and then it will become a habit. 21 days, it's going to become a habit. So get through those 21 days, and actually you will have solidified a habit of keto. So that's it for today. If you've liked this video and it's helped you, please share it with people. Please like it. And of course, subscribe to the channel. And it is time for keto. Okay, take care. We'll see you later. We'll see you tomorrow.